Oh, I'm back once again for another anime review, and this time around, like I promised, I'm going to be doing my review of Code Geass Season 2, which is Code Geass-Lelouch of the Rebellion R2, okay? So, this Season 2 takes up yet another 25 episodes, which means that the series in total is 50 episodes. And it takes place roughly a year after the events of the first season, in 2018, alright, Lelouch has been captured. A little ways into like episode 1 or 2, I think it is, they actually show a flashback of what happened at the end of season 1, where Lelouch and Suzaku had a short battle, and Suzaku ended up beating Lelouch, Colin turning her back on Lelouch because she felt betrayed, although fortunately her turning away from Lelouch is pretty short-lived. And Suzaku forces Lelouch to go and face his father, Charles Z. Britannia, the leader of Britannia right now, the Emperor. And Charles reveals that he also has a Geass power, and his Geass power allows him to erase any memories that he wants to of a person. So he actually erases his own son's memories and makes him believe that he's just any ordinary kid. He erases memories about Zero, about the Black Knights, about the Rebellion, about everything. But he also erases his memories about his mother and about Nonnally. And afterwards, Nonnally actually becomes the new Viceroy of Britannia. Okay? So that was his plan. However, shortly into episode 1 of season 2, Lelouch reunites with C2, and enraged because he's about to be killed. Alright, C2 actually finds a way by kissing him to give him back his memories about everything. And in return, he's able to use his Geass power once again. So he takes this opportunity to reform the Black Knights and start his rebellion once again. This time going in a slightly different direction, and this season, in my honest opinion, is way more intense than the first season. Especially when you get into later episodes and you find out about the Zero Requiem and what Lelouch's real plan was. Normally about his betrayal and everything. Normally, I don't like to spoil things, but it's really hard for me to spoil this because, I'll put it this way. The entire... God, I just don't know what to say about this. I really don't want to spoil this for you, alright? Let's just put it this way. This season, if the first season turned your emotions even a little bit, this season will really stir them a lot. Especially the final episode. The ending of this series is one of my favorite anime endings ever. And I may do if I decide to do a top 10 anime endings ever, which I may do in the future, then this will definitely be on it, okay? Seriously, this was great. The music and soundtrack was just as epic as ever. The voice acting was spot on, just like always. And the animation was still lacking, unfortunately. The characters were just as epic as ever. I will spoil this. Shirley Fennett, the girl the classmate of Lelouch who's in love with him, dies. Rollo Lamperouge is a character, I guess I should talk about him for a bit, that's introduced in this season. And he is I guess you could say, he was sent by Britannia to be a spy, alright? His memories with Nonnally was replaced with Rollo, okay? And Rollo was posing as Lelouch's brother. And he's a kid who was trained his whole life to be a ruthless killer, but he always obeys orders, alright? He was trained to be obedient with his superiors, but when need be, he was trained to be a ruthless killer, showing no emotion whatsoever when he kills. Okay, that's how Rollo was trained his whole life. Alright. And in order to get closer to Lelouch's feelings, because Rollo actually develops a brotherly relationship with Lelouch over time. Alright, and it's kind of interesting because Rollo actually becomes obsessed with being Lelouch's brother eventually. So much so that he wants to take out anyone who gets anywhere close to Lelouch, which of course means Shirley. He ends up killing Shirley to try to get to Lelouch. Alright, and of course, I'm not sure if Lelouch really had any romantic feelings for Shirley, but of course he definitely at least saw Shirley as a really close friend, which of course it crushed Lelouch to see Shirley die because of that. Alright, I don't really think there's anything else to say. I was really surprised that Charles actually wasn't the final enemy. He died about midway through. Alright, the final enemy was actually one of Lelouch's older brothers, Geass-Lelouch, who is revealed as like the only person who Lelouch could never beat at chess in terms of strategy and whatnot when he was a kid, when Lelouch was a kid. And Geass-Lelouch also had aspirations to actually overthrow his father and become the new emperor of Britannia. So after the end of the series, which is incredibly sad, alright, okay, I'll spoil this part for you. Not really Lelouch's ultimate... Sorry about that. Not really Lelouch's ultimate plan, I won't spoil that, but I will spoil this, that Lelouch actually does supposedly die. Supposedly, I say, because at the very end, there's a scene with C2, and supposedly Lelouch, Lelouch still alive, supposedly, so, it's kind of a gamble. Like, we don't really know if Lelouch is dead or not, but there probably couldn't be a sequel, because, well, supposedly, I think the Geass power is supposed to be destroyed or something. But, yeah, anyways, definitely, this is, oh my god, this has to be my favorite anime, like, ever. I can't recommend it enough. And, yeah, so, if you're looking for something really intense, and you like mech battles, I thought the mech battles were really good. One flaw that I had with them that I didn't have with the first season is that the mech battles in the first season focused mostly on strategy, and not really the mechs fighting themselves. But for some reason, Sunrise decided to flush this concept down the toilet, shut up, this season, and instead it was just all about the mechs fighting, and not so much about the strategy. I mean, it's Gundam syndrome is what I like to call it, because it really felt like, whenever you saw the mechs fighting, it really felt like you're watching Gundam. It really, a lot of the Gundam series, it really did. Where it was more just about the most powerful attacks that the Gundams can pull off, rather than the strategy in the Gundams winning the battles, so... Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Also, as I mentioned before, a flaw that was present in the first series is the animation isn't that great, unfortunately. But that's to be expected in most anime, so... But still, it's kind of a flaw, but I would kill myself if... Excuse me. I would burp, yes. I would kill myself, metaphorically speaking, of course, if I did not give this a perfect 10 out of 10. It only gets up that high because of the ending. Because to me, I may have said this before, but I'm going to say it right now. I will probably end up reiterating this a lot, but to me, the ending of an anime can make or break it. Okay? And to me, it definitely made it as probably my favorite series ever. It was absolutely fantastic. And I can't recommend it enough. The only thing is that it's one of those anime where the plot can get rather confusing, so if you can't keep up with stuff like that and you like to have stuff laid out for you immediately, and simply this probably won't be for you. But if you like complicated plots, if you like diverse and complicated, characters that are more than just one dimension, or hell, more than just two dimension, then this is the series for you. And I absolutely fucking loved it. 10 out of 10 easily. So yeah, I guess that's it for this anime review. Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, see you after, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.